Discover the advantage of unlimited access to all the stories and resources from IBJ and Inside Indiana Business. From insights to inspiration, business leaders rely on the IBJ for all things Indiana business. Start your $1 a week trial now at ibj.com/trial offer.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Wednesday, April 22nd, 2026. I'm Alex Brown. The towns of Versailles and Nashville have been named inaugural trail towns by the International Mountain Biking Association. The designation highlights communities making exceptional commitments to trail development, stewardship, and outdoor culture. Natalie Perry with Brown County Mountain Biking says the recognition is validation of years of hard work.
It takes a lot of energy and a lot of time and a lot of helpers, and to be designated as a trail town, to be recognized as, one of the great trail systems really around the U.S., it's pretty humbling.
Versailles State Park features more than 29 miles of mountain biking trails across 10 routes, while Brown County State Park offers roughly 42 miles across 17 trails. Shelbyville-based Knauf Insulation North America today announced that CEO Matt Parrish is planning to step down at the end of June. Parrish has led the fiberglass insulation manufacturer for the past 7 years, and the company said he is stepping down to pursue other opportunities. Chief Financial Officer Bill Mathias has been tapped to serve as interim CEO. Indiana's unemployment rate fell 0.1% to 3.3% in February. The Indiana Department of Workforce Development said today that the state added 3,400 private sector jobs compared to the previous month. The report was delayed due to last year's federal government shutdown. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gary Dick, coming to you this week from Northwest Indiana, Jeffersonville, Muncie, South Bend, in downtown Evansville, Terre Haute, Fort Wayne, Richmond, from one of the state's key entrepreneurial and innovation hubs, 16 Tech. Inside Indiana Business, Indiana's business news leader.
Elkhart County's economy has long been tied to its dominant recreational vehicle industry and dense network of manufacturers. A new study from Butler University shows the county's sustained growth is not driven by startup activity, but by the combined strength of established firms, industry clusters, export-oriented businesses, and a robust nonprofit sector. Liz Borger, Chief Strategic Officer at the Institute for Entrepreneurial Communities, which contributed to the study, says the findings push back on the common practice of measuring entrepreneurship primarily through tech startup formation.
We always talk about entrepreneurs almost like they're lone rangers. And yet here in our community, there are so many entrepreneurs, and there have been for decades, that there seems to be a webbing action. What's been studied historically is a lot of entrepreneur startups. Well, to me, that's a little bit like that whack-a-mole game, because the startups can pop up, but they can also pop right back down. And what we have here in Elkhart are generations sustained entrepreneurs that go from one decade to another, affecting one family and another family in terms of rich employment, really wonderful, wonderful jobs for people with good salaries.
You can connect to the full study at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. Officials from Microsoft held a town hall event Tuesday to listen to residents and provide more details about the company's planned second data center campus in LaPorte. The meeting came as the LaPorte City Council considers a proposal to annex about 1,000 acres of land that would allow Microsoft to add up to 17 data center buildings. Microsoft representatives addressed concerns over water usage at the proposed campus, saying it would use a closed-loop water system in order to consume less water. The company also plans to implement a setback system and visual buffers to help reduce or eliminate noise and light pollution. The council is set to vote on the annexation proposal next month. According to Fisher's Mayor Scott Fadness, development of a culinary and entertainment district, along with a separate life sciences hub, has exceeded expectations. The city recently announced plans for a $75 million luxury lifestyle hotel near the Fisher's Event Center.
The amount of culinary opportunities, I think we're announcing a restaurant, it seems like every few weeks that's going to go in there. We're topping probably 30 or 40 restaurants that'll be right in that area. You have almost 1,500 units of multifamily. You got a 70,000 square foot office building being built, and now you have an AC Marriott and then hopefully here shortly, a Hilton high-end boutique hotel.
The mayor said the hotel is affirmation that the idea behind the $750 million, 123-acre Fishers District was right. Bosma Enterprises CEO Jeff Mittman is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports and entertainment, and beyond. Available now on the IBJ Media app or your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.
You know, the economy and the market are in a hairy place these days. It's up a lot, it's down a lot, it's sideways, and it seems on the hour there's breaking news coming out of all areas of the country. How do you get your head around that? How do you not go crazy in the process? I'm Peter Dunn. You may know me as Pete the Planner, IBJ columnist, and my job for years has been to help you understand your financial life better in context with everything else going on. So, what am I encouraging you to do? Well, listen to the Pete the Planner Show. Yeah, it's a podcast. You can get it wherever you get your podcasts, or simply listen at ibjpodcasts.com.
The IBJ Media Podcast Network is the soundtrack of a growing state. Indiana is on the move, and you can hear it happening on the IBJ Media Podcast Network. We bring you the voices at the center of our economy, our courts, our companies, and our communities. Subscribe now and be part of the conversation that's building Indiana's future. Find all of our shows by searching IBJ Media in your podcast app or visit ibjpodcasts.com.